Hello everyone, this is Jim Katsoulis, and for this week's e-zine I wanted to explain to you what a paradigm shift is. And I want to use an example that I had found in a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and it's one of my favorite examples of what a paradigm shift is and how powerful it can be. And so I want to take you through the actual paradigm shift, and then I want to explain to you how you can use that to create real powerful instant change in your life and how that works. So what I want to do is, and you may have seen this before, but if you have, go along with it because I want to make a point by using this example. I want to show you a picture. I'm going to start off by showing you a picture of a young girl, and obviously it's a different time. She's in kind of an older outfit here. You see her hair is there, she's kind of wearing a hat, her nose, she's looking away obviously, she's got some sort of stole on, a necklace. So you can see that. I mean, if you had to guess her age right now, just kind of guess. I mean, if you had to put it in the ballpark, what would you say she is? You know, maybe 20, 30, somewhere in that range. And I want to show you another picture of her, but this time she's a little bit older and she's dressed up a little nicer. And you can see she's got the feather in her hair. She's got, you know, a more elaborate hat on. She's still looking away. Has a, you know, another stole on. Maybe it looks a little nicer. And so you had to guess, you know, the age of this woman. How old would you say she is? You know, just kind of think for yourself. Maybe she's 20, 30, maybe 40, somewhere in that range. But she looks a little more sophisticated, and you can kind of see that as opposed to the first one, as opposed to this picture here. So now what I want to do, though, is I want to show you a picture of the same woman, but this time she's aged, and she's up in her 70s, 80s, 90s, somewhere in that range. And so the picture, again, it's right here, and you can see how she's an old woman now. And you can tell by looking at this picture that she's aged tremendously. Maybe it's the same woman, maybe it's a different woman. It looks different because her nose looks much bigger, of course. And if you look at this, are you able to see the older woman? Or are you still only able to see the young woman looking away? Because if you're unable to see the older woman, let me help you out. This is her nose, all right, and this is her mouth and her chin. And you can see she's kind of got a scarf over her head and she's looking down, she's looking this way, as opposed to the young woman who's looking that way there. So and if you're having still a little difficulty, let me show you a picture of an old woman right there. And now let me bring that up. So that one, and then that one. So now you can see, when you look at this picture now though, you now have the ability to look at it in two ways. You can look at it as either an old woman, or you can look at it as a young woman. That's kind of up to you. You decide. You say, do I want to look at that as an old woman? Do I want to see a young woman? Now you can decide though, and that's the difference. And that's the idea of a paradigm shift. Literally be able to create two different paradigms, and now you can go into either one of them. When you first looked at the picture, you were set up to kind of see the young woman. You know, and so you were intentionally set up and conditioned to see the young woman. So when you looked at the picture, your mind naturally saw that. However, the old woman was there the entire time. But the thing is, you weren't conditioned to see that, so you didn't see it. So oftentimes, our minds are like this. And when it comes to weight loss, it's certainly the truth, where we start with the paradigm and the idea that unhealthy foods are so wonderful and so delicious, and we want them so badly, and eating healthy is very difficult. It's real hard, it's a real challenge to stay on it. But again, that's just conditioning, it's just a paradigm. If you flip your paradigm, and you can do this intentionally, you can intentionally literally imagine that you thought something different. So even if you just for a moment think and just imagine and believe that you thought eating healthy and eating well was easy and automatic for you, how would you go about your day? And that's going to be exactly what we're talking about. This Thursday night, I'm going to be doing a free class called the Body Design Session. And we're going to be using some of these techniques in order to create literally a new paradigm of the body that you want, so that you can eat the way you want, exercise the way you want, do the things you want in an automatic fashion. You can literally choose which one you want to do, as opposed to feeling like you're this unhealthy person who, you know, can't really get yourself to be healthy, or you can't really eat the way you want to. Instead, you're going to feel like they're both real, and you can choose which one you want to go into. The exact same way that you can look at this picture now, and you may see one of them more predominantly. You may first think and notice the young woman. You may first notice the old woman. But you now have the ability to flip back and forth. And the beauty of this is this, that you can decide which one you want to see. You decide which one of those you want to see. All right? And they're both real. They're both just as real to you. You believe them both 100%. but it becomes your decision which one you want to believe. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know for me, when I found it, I was a big fan of this, and Stephen Covey, his book is amazing, so if you haven't read it, I definitely suggest it. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you this Thursday night on the teleseminar call. We're going to do it at 7 o'clock, and I will be sending the information out to all of you. So I hope to see you there, because you're going to learn a lot of good things that are going to make whatever changes you want to make a lot easier. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.